2023 Dokkan had releases all over the place, but last March, I attempted to predict the entire year. So we're here to grade my predictions and see if I had a passing score. We're gonna grade each release based on 2 pieces of criteria. So basically each release is worth 2 points. 1, did I at least guess the correct category to some extent? It is really difficult to guess releases, and there were a lot of weird ones last year. So like if I guessed androids, but maybe I got the wrong android, but it was still an android release, that would give me 1 point. But then to get the additional second point, I would have to get the character 100% correct. And when I made this video we're reacting to, it was March. It was right after the release of the 17s, but before Saiyan Day. So that's 22 releases we get to grade old nanogenics on. Here we go. I am attempting the impossible. Yes, I was. Give an outline, and I had no idea how intense that was going to end up being. End of 2023. Worth noting, I go based on the JP timeline. Global is even more wonky, and so the true timeline, the canon timeline, if you will, is always going to be JP until the sync happens. So all these are based on JP releases. To put this into perspective, even though we're already a quarter of the way through the year, Dokkan will still go on to release 9 more standard Dokkan Fests and 13 more LRs. Hang on, I was right on that. So this list will include what will it include? Unit, the beginning of April units, the middle of April LR, Golden Week, Dual Dokkan Fest, Part 2 of Golden Week LR, an end of May Dokkan Fest, a middle of June LR, so the end of June Tanabata LR, the middle of July Part 2 Tanabata LR, the end of July Dokkan Fest unit, 4 LRs released for the worldwide celebration of 2023, a beginning of October Dokkan Fest, a middle of October LR, an end of October Dokkan Fest, an end of November Dokkan Fest, including the Hero Celebration, a middle of December LR, and finally a dual Dokkan Fest at the end of 2023 for New Year's. If my numbers are correct, I did get all of that correct. If I need to give myself bonus point at the end, I might do so. Let's continue on. Here's the fun part. Each of these, I'll be giving myself the ability to guess 3 different options. And then once the final unit of 2023 releases, I'm gonna come back to this video and actually grade myself and see how close I was to properly predicting the entirety of 2023. I'm here doing that, Nano. I'm a man of my word. And as I mentioned earlier, I get 3 picks, and that's it. Can't just sit here for days spouting out so many things. I get 3 chances at getting it right. Dude, this is going to be intense. What else is intense is just how crazy that subscribe button is staring you in the face, and you haven't clicked it yet. So this is the JP schedule that then will fit into some I said it back then, and we said it again today. Keynote there. And first up is Saiyan Day. Looking back at Saiyan Day 2020, please get this right, Nano. Okay. You know what's happened in 2022? You liking the videos and you subscribing to be here for all these releases in 2023. That's crazy. Did you do that 2 years ago? Now, everyone right now believes Super Saiyan God Goku will be the Saiyan Day unit. And more specifically, a lot of people think it's going to be Battle of Gods. Now, a lot of people also think it's going to be transforming, so that way it can be ran with the LR God Goku, which I definitely understand. I don't think it's that obvious. I'm going to put him on my list. One of my 3 answers is Super Saiyan God Goku. I actually think more specifically, and what's more likely. Yo, shut up, Nano. Nah, we ain't got to spend any more time on that. I got my points. He's on my list. Boom, 100%. This was the easiest one to predict, as this was the closest one to making my original video. We don't need to spend any more time. Saiyan Day, a full 2 points. Next up, we have the April 1st Dokkan Fest. There's no shot I get this right. This was the Super Saiyan Blue. No shot I get this right. Global first. This was Kel. Just like 2021 was Videl. Oh, it was 2022 Shadits. What did I guess here? I kept my options. Do I predict a Saiyan though? Just tame. Okay. So first up, Hercule. I feel like a Dokkan Fest Hercule. They could finally do this sort of like Super Saiyan Hercule. I'm genuinely so nervous, man. Nano, please, please. Next up, Zarbon. What am I doing? I'm honestly here for it. No, these are matching the energy for 2023, though. I want to say these match the energy. If anything is possible as we move through this, which brings me to my next one, and that is Krillin. I think Krillin could be a really good beginning of. Bro's Kel, man. Who the hell was predicting Kel, dude? It's just, you know, Krillin is absolutely worthy of a Dokkan Fest, if not even a Dokkan Fest. I was spitting here, by the way. Now, I do just want to note, by the way, I did still get a point because several of these characters are on categories with Kel, and this is my one caveat, dude. I gotta get a point somewhere because trying to predict these are crazy. So getting a similar category, which in this case with like Hercule, we have multiple of them that are shared with Kel. listen, don't get on me too much. It doesn't, I promise you, if I just continue to get 1 out of 2 points, it's still going to be a failure. All right, I'm gonna have to actually get some true characters correct here for this to actually be right. So don't get on me too much, mostly for a fun thing, but I do get 1 of the 2 available points for Kel. Impossible prediction. I stand by that. To the mid-April LR in 2020.
No shot am I getting this right, man. Super Boo. Do I call this?
But in 2022, we had the LR Goku
Yeah,
and Piccolo,
it did match.
Was related to the Raditz release.
Where was my head at though?
These with their beginning of April counterparts. So first up, to match a Hercule, I said, why not an LR Great Saiyaman 1 and 2?
That's Majin Buu Saga though.
Like it could happen. To coincide with a Krillin release, I said, why not an LR Saiyan? And what they could do is some sort of revival from an LR Raditz into a Nappa and Vegeta. I think that'd be really, really
kind of cool actually.
And then to coincide with a transforming Zarbon, why not an LR Frieza?
Okay, so I got 1 out of the 2 points on him too. Again, it's gonna be bad if I don't actually start getting some 2 out of 2 because it sounds like a lot, but it's 50% of the points. So again, just to make sure we're all following along, the first pick was Super Saiyan God Goku. Predicted that completely accurately. Second pick was Hell. 1 out of 2 points for that. Super Boo was the middle of April release. I got that correct on multiple different categories, but of course didn't guess Boo. So only 1 point there. So currently sitting at 4 out of 6 total points.
Which brings us into Golden Week.
All right, please, Nano. Please. This, we're looking for 23rd World Tournament Goku or Piccolo. And no shot do I guess this here.
This year, I feel like U6 versus U7 is just sitting there on a golden platter for them. A new DFE hit or DFE U6.
Now, I do want to, I'm looking for specifics here, I will say.
Also, a transforming Super Saiyan Blue to Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku that could also potentially utilize the new standby mechanic where Kaioken can only be used for so many turns, but he's like,
God, to be so dope. Dude, hire me, Akatsuki.
I've seen a lot of other people think this too, is a Baby Vegeta and a Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And more specifically for me, Baby Vegeta is so deserving of a DFE. I can't believe it's been this many years and he hasn't had one yet. And then my last prediction is Evo Blue Vegeta and Topo, like a God Topo DFE.
I did technically guess Goku right. I guessed a Goku would be here, so I'm gonna give myself 2 points out of that. The specifics, you know, again, as we get further, it's not gonna be too big. 23rd World Tournament Piccolo, I did not guess, you know, period, but Terrifying Conquerors, definitely categories that are related to Piccolo. So we're going to give myself 1 out of 2 points here. Again, it could have been literally anyone. Did get 3 guesses, so we'll see. I'll put an asterisk here because I didn't technically guess the proper like 100% version of Goku and just saying Goku every time with how many Gokus are going to inevitably release. We'll just see where the points are looking at the end because again, this is mostly for fun, but I will say didn't actually guess 23rd World Tournament here. Currently giving myself 2 out of 2 for the Goku, only 1 out of 2 for Piccolo.
Come on. Which then brings us into part 2. In 2021 is when Golden Week started being synced up, and that's when we got the LR Super 17.
Okay,
that
so
was
Super 17 back in 2021. 2022 was...
And then 2022, we got the sort of what if moment of Goku.
This was
and
so
Gohan.
cool.
So I made mine coincide with these releases as well. So for my U6 versus U7, I made like a Kaba and a Vegeta that would do maybe like some sort of Gala Gun thing together. Very similar to a Vegeta and Trunks unit, but it's Vegeta and Kaba. And that, of course, did not happen. And if it's not that, then maybe some sort of like Super Saiyan into Super Saiyan Blue LR Vegeta. Why not an LR Oob? We have the free-to-play one, but we don't have a summonable LR Oob, and I absolutely think he's worthy of one. And to match an Evolution Blue Vegeta and a God Topo Dual Dokkan Fest, why not just give us a Universe 11 card? It could just be like, I think that would be really cool to see happen.
Damn it, dude. So this time slot was LR Bulma, which of course, missing 23rd World Tournament makes trying to predict LR Bulma nearly impossible. So I'm trying to see if I can at least give myself 1 point here. The one thing I was hoping for was that Bulma was either on Bond of Parent and Child or one of the blue Vegetas was on Power of Wishes, but unfortunately for me, this is Youth Bulma, so she wouldn't be on Vegeta's family or Bond of Parent and Child. And Power of Wishes, of course, there is not a blue Vegeta. There's no singular blue Vegeta. So that means the haters are going to win on this one. I'm getting 0 out of 2 points because trying to predict a part 2 to 23rd World Tournament without guessing part 1, nearly impossible. Here we go. What do I think about End of May, which would be physical Turles?
And 2021 was Kid Gohan, and finally
I'm nervous on this one, man. I feel like I maybe could have got this. Maybe.
Goku Goku and Vegeta.
Please, Nano.
So for my end of May Dokkan Fest, I have, because
Saiyan?
why not keep with the theme we've been getting so much of lately, a movie 7 Z Warriors. So Trunks, Vegeta, and Goku versus Super Android 13. I think it'd be really cool to see them make a unit around that. And I think that
Let's go, dude. I'm giving myself points just for that at some point in this video if I don't bring that back. It's my game, my rules. At some point, I will be giving myself a point for that, but we'll move on. Let's see if I can still guess it.
maybe the time slot to do it. Next up would be a false Super Saiyan Goku. Now, I will say,
I was really in the ballpark here.
A Tournament of Power Android 17 and 18. And I want to take a moment to note here.
You guys, dude, wait, hang on, man. I was spitting a little bit here, but okay, so I'm presumably done talking about this time slot and gonna be moving on to the part 2 LR. So we'll initial out my 1 out of 2 points because I did guess a pure Saiyans unit, whether you want to look at the Goku or the Goku and the Vegeta. Actually, Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks wouldn't be pure Saiyans because of the Trunks, but I did still get pure Saiyans, which would be Turles, and I was in the right headspace here, thinking of all the movies and stuff, which is what it ended up being. I should have known I was gonna predict this because I didn't think we were due up for another Turles, right? Like, it didn't feel like time for another Turles. So anyways, 1 out of 2 points for the physical Turles release. Let's see if I can guess the part 2, which I'm gonna bet I say something about a slug or an android. I'm gonna assume that I theme it around the first parts because it should be thematic.
My mid-June LR to relate with the movie 7,
which this would be Spirit Bomb Goku.
I feel like this is the year of androids, maybe. I don't know. I feel like we're gonna see a lot of representation from Android, probably building to the thumbnail of this video. Yeah, maybe. But also, I think in non-transforming, just straight up,
we got
Android
so
13,
much Android stuff. 21 TOP androids, EZA for the androids.
Time slot is a stretch. I feel like
EZA for Super 13.
Slug coming out immediately as an LR seems a little crazy, but I felt
these are both movie bosses, so it doesn't technically count. Please say Goku. Say Goku.
17 and 18. Piece of the puzzle doesn't fit entirely, but it is still Tournament of Power related, and it's an LR and a Raza. We've not really had one yet, like really any representation.
That's a 0 out of 2 points, Nanothegenics.
And that's like the craziest to predict. The first like real big release.
Yeah,
right?
Tanabata. This is LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
And in 2022, you haven't forgotten them. It's Trunks and Vegeta. They're still like a top 5, for sure, top 10 unit in the game.
Yeah,
so
and they're still super relevant too, which is crazy.
Is an LR Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 that has some form of a standby
Spit,
skill.
Nano.
Gamma 1 goes full on defensive mode. Gamma 2 goes in the
I
sky.
still think this unit should happen.
And then Gamma 2 does his core breaker move. That I feel like is inevitable.
Premium
right
A1 idea.
So my guess is there is a Vegito somewhere in this release schedule. Why not as a Tanabata LR? And lastly, and distilled directly from Legends, a revival UI Goku. Because why not?
All right, I got Goku right. It's not Super Saiyan 4.
We need to see that in this game now.
Well, actually, it would be 2 out of 2 points because it fits category and it fits character. Listen, I've had some 0 out of 2s, you guys. I'm gonna be hard pressed trying to make it out of this with at least a passing grade of 70% or more. Okay, so it was LRSSJ4 Goku. I didn't guess it 100% correctly. Again, I just have to stress, I mean, you guys take this too seriously sometimes. This is all for fun. I'm giving myself 2 out of 2 points on this. I did guess a Goku and a standalone Goku. I wouldn't have done it if it was saying like a Goku with someone else. A guest standalone Goku. We got a standalone Goku. So boom.
And that brings us to our part 2 of the Tanabata LRs, which I think this year we'll see the introduction of our first Carnival release for a part 2. Again, they love Tanabata. I don't think it's going to be a standard gold coin LR. I think this will be
I was right.
Carnival. Guess what the Tanabata part 2 Carnival LR I think will be? Cellmax. Now, I will say on this one specifically.
This was LR Omega Shinron, in case you guys aren't aware. So I got to get something close to that. Cellmax would actually be.
So I feel like next up to match with Vegito, you already know what's up. An LR Buhan, but he just straight up is already Buhan.
Also would love that
fight for both Vegito and Buhan.
Anyways, artificial life forms. Let's go. I'm still trying to match it back to Cellmax. That's funny. Okay, so with this one, LR Omega Shinron would fit on the same category as some of my guesses here, so we get 1 or 2 points. But of course, I was nowhere near Omega. So in that case, it's just a 1 out of 2. And just to give you guys an idea of even where I'm at with my bonus points that I've so far given myself, I've got a D. Okay, so don't think that like, oh, but Nano, I can't believe. No, listen, I'm not passing right now. I'm gonna need to really nail the last half of this video.
Is over. We do get one more Dokkan Festival exclusive unit before the worldwide celebration. So the end of July unit in 2020 was Tech Ultimate Gohan.
Please let me guess Trunks here. Release, I don't think I do though. This is the Tech
of a release.
Super Trunks.
2021 was Super Vegeta. So like that's why when we got to 2022, it was Pan. I was like Pan. So I'm keeping the energy of the Pan. I think that's probably the new step they're taking towards that, coming off that hype.
You know,
it's
pretty cool that Super Trunks and Super Vegeta were in the same slot, by the way.
So I'm throwing out here Tapion. I think Tapion is a pretty good one. And for Tapion specifically, the LR Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, is just sitting there on a silver platter.
Please tell me I come back on this.
Dokkan Festival Tapion, I think, makes a lot of sense right here, or something from movie 13, and could even be earlier in the year as well. My other choice for this slot could be a DKP. I think a DKP is also probably sitting somewhere ready. And then to go back to sort of like could be potential hype type character. They've not done a whole lot with like the actual tank top version of Future Trunks. So something in relation to that. And there's still some animations they could take from Kakarot, I feel like. So yeah.
Dude, I got it 100%. I got it 100%. I said Trunks in that time slot. Let's go. It wasn't like the 100% exact form, but it's still Z Trunks, which is damn near around the same time. So 2 out of 2 points. I guess Super Trunks right. But this is where it gets intense, you guys, because trying to guess worldwide this far out, I don't know if I'm gonna get it, man. And you guys know what it is. I've got to get Merge Zamasu or Zamasu, and I've got to get Vegito Blue, man. I'll jump ahead because we also have to guess the part 2. So we're looking for 4 units here, which specifically are, of course, as I mentioned, LR Merge Zamasu, LR Vegito Blue, and then the part 2s, of course, were LR Future Gohan and LR Future Trunks. We'll see if we get it. Here we go.
Download Celebration 2023.
Please,
Figure, by the
please,
way.
Nano.
Super Vegito.
Please.
My first one. So bold of me. But in movie 8, Super Saiyan Goku and Broly. The single punch that Goku doesn't take in this game like at all.
This is 8 points on the line.
Now when it comes to the
although Broly and Merge are on similar, and Goku,
like
I at least get 1 out of 2 points no matter what here.
Next up, and this is where we get a little bit repeating. I tried my best not to, but I'm so confident on some of these that we're going to see them. A few got repeated. Is a Revival UI Goku and a Jiren. Like that's going to happen sometime this year.
All right, I'm pulling up Zamasu just to make sure I remember everything he's on. Yeah, he's ROG. No matter what, I get 1 out of 2 points here on both of these.
And finally, in the one I think would be maybe the most, I think this would be the most exciting, truly, just because it's been so long, is a Vegito Blue. And some form of a Rose and Zamasu. They don't necessarily have to fuse, but as something with a new LR.
Dude, this was in March, or this wasn't like early August. This wasn't like when we really had an idea of what it might be. Dude, I came through. Thank God, man. I was so nervous about this. And you know what? I bet I do. I think I know what I'm going to do now. 2 out of 2 for VB, 2 out of 2 for Zamasu. Let's go. You got to love it.
Into part 2. So I think they would follow up a movie 8 Broly and Goku with a movie 10 Gohan and Broly. Now, it could
I got it right, dude. Hang on. I did guess Gohan. Let's go. Please, please let me follow up with the future stuff. Please, please, please. I just got Gohan. I guess Gohan.
To match Revival UI Goku and Jiren, why not give us a little bit different? A Goku, Frieza, and 17 unit.
Yeah, I think this unit is also looming somewhere, by the way.
With that, a Universe 11. That's like a full-on U11 unit that probably has a bunch of cool different mechanics.
I don't even remember saying this.
But to match a Vegito Blue and a Rose, give us Gogeta Blue and Dragon Ball Super Broly.
You can't tell me Dragon Ball Super Broly is not sitting somewhere over there to Katsuki right now, bro. Well, okay, I did say I should get points if I get a category, which technically they would be on Super Saiyans together. So I do get 1 out of 2 points. But as I mentioned, when we did the halftime report, I wasn't passing yet. And I really got to continue to get 2 out of 2s here. So anyways, based on my beginning criteria, we do share a category with some of the characters I predicted for part 2, but never said a Trunks. So I did, but I'm not going to count it with the Bio Broly stuff. So we won't count that. 1 out of 2 points for the LR Trunks. I did not get close to that one, unfortunately.
Which brings us to the beginning of October DFE, which in 2020 was actually pretty crazy. I loved this unit at launch.
It was Frieza. He's sick.
Golden Frieza. 2021 was the transforming Kefla, and in 2022 was Kid Goku. So I'm guessing potential for a Super Gogeta here. We've not had just like a standard.
What?
If not him, a Android Saga transforming Vegeta. We don't have any representation for like.
I said
Vegeta,
androids.
like,
by the way, this time slot is the Tournament of Power Androids. So me hearing androids was like, you're about to see me lose my mind. But
And then lastly, and this is sort of to piggyback on my pre-worldwide celebration unit, Tapion, we could get a movie 13 Super Saiyan 3 Goku that could be maybe transforming.
You guys, I'm giving myself a half point or a point right here because I did technically say them in here and they actually came out, which I think is like I predicted it on the dot. I'm not giving myself 2 of 2, but but I am putting myself a point in here for guessing that. The fact that we managed to actually guess the unit in this is still really cool in my opinion. It's a lot of possible predictions. I just think it's kind of cool that we managed to predict them. It just wasn't in the right slot, so obviously I'm giving myself 2 out of 2 there.
Which brings us to our mid-October LR. Now,
which would have been rebrand, by the way.
It wasn't an LR last year. I know. Let's talk about it. And I went a little crazy on this one. This is where I feel like they could just. This is where
I'm getting 0 G points on this.
LR Omega Shinra. Hear me out. I don't think he's gonna be a part. And we just got the year 7 as Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, so he doesn't really have a counterpart since they also just what they did with year 8. So I feel like if an Omega Shinra LR is like out there somewhere, pour one out for Kid Buu right now, bro. Because I'm saying Kid Buu right here too, man. Why not, dude? LR Kid Buu. He's got to be somewhere.
I was kind of in the right headspace for this.
If there's going to be a Kid Buu release this year, I think it could be somewhere just absolutely random and totally unexpected, like this time slot. And speaking of totally random, LR Goku, Krillin, and Roshi. It's a unit that they teased forever ago. We've never really gotten. Some people mentioned
that'd be a joined forces. That's 1 out of 2, baby.
That brings us to our end of October DFE.
Which would have been, or it was, sorry, Gohan and Piccolo. The STR Gohan and Piccolo. So we're looking for something related to them.
Was Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So again, they're still willing to let some of those more hype units be TURs. So don't think some of these are just impossible to be TURs. In 2021 was Transforming Trunks, and man, was that unit a fumble. And in 2022 was the Bardock, which I don't think was as much of a fumble, but I don't know. Is this section like a little cursed? Like they're like okay units, but not like extraordinarily good units that release in this section. Am I about to curse these 3 units I'm gonna throw out here? I feel bad now because I actually went a little more diverse with this one. But first up, we have a Piccolo. I feel like a DFE Piccolo's got, like, I know we just got the LR Piccolo from Superhero.
What?
But there's so much they can still do with Piccolo. There's so few.
Let's go. That's 2 out of 2.
And if not Piccolo, then let Beerus have a new one.
Y'all, I cannot believe I got 2 out of 2 here. What else do I say here though?
And lastly, and I feel like we just haven't seen him in a long time, Gotenks. Like, I know we got one with Piccolo for. Now that brings us to heroes.
Oh wait, do I actually try to predict heroes? Limit Breaker, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. This is all just bonus here because I didn't actually have it in here. So if I manage to actually say Limit Breaker, SHA 4 Vegito, we're just gonna give myself 1 singular bonus point. Let's see what happens.
Well, heroes, but I do want to just throw out a possible thing here. I would love to see either a Limit Breaker, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, and
I want to remind you guys, this was in March. There was no way to know that's where we were headed. Hang on, what else do I say?
Evolution Blue Gogeta, or you like combine those as like a duo unit. I want to see the first introduction of LRs, by the way. I really do. I think that it's time.
we didn't get it. We didn't get it.
And my last one for this, again, to throw out 3 predictions, would be the Super Saiyan 3 Rose, because he just looks sick.
Okay. That is most definitely, by the way, 2 bonus points that I will not be like, they're bonus. Like, I'm not making it divided out of these as well. Like, those are just purely being added on because the fact that I managed to do that is just too cool to me. And I know, like, those are some pretty obvious picks, but 2 bonus points for predicting that spot on, man. That's crazy. All right, let's see if I can close this out, finish with a good score here.
So now it's time for the end of November DFE. Now,
there's no way I say Android 21.
A wild
no way.
Card and a half.
Yeah.
Man. 2020 was Bojack.
Yeah, dude. Android 21 is wild.
Androids. 2022.
Yo, did y'all see that? Hang on. Yo, if you were for the subathon and you watched this far into the video, comment subathon down below. If you tuned in at the subathon, let me know like a special moment you remember from this. I get asked to do this all the time again. I just don't think I can. I don't think it's in me. I did it once. It was fun. I might run it back in the future, but I want to structure it differently. So as of right now, I'm just saying I probably, with a small asterisk of like a 5% chance, will never do a subathon again. So if you were there for this, you picked up the hoodie, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
So I went, this might be my craziest one of the year, but Tien, because it fits with the Yamcha section, so why not? I feel like Tien and Krillin have got to be coming up on something, whether it be an LR or a DFE, especially like a Neo Tri-Beam from Cell Saga.
They haven't done anything with that yet, but I bet we'll see it this year.
Really sick DFE. I don't want to say these next 2 out loud. Actually, I like Gar.
By the way, I just want to note this is Android 21. I know I kind of said it, but just firmly say it. We're looking for something related to Android 21 in somehow.
DFE Garlic Jr., give that man some respect. The next one, though, I'm genuinely scared will actually happen, and I'm helping will it into existence right now by even speaking his name. But Dr. Willow, I need to say anything else on that? I feel like it's coming, bro. Like, we're missing.
They are on Battle of Wits together, so that is a 1 out of 2. Wait, I'm just not realizing we also got Willow this. We'll see where this comes down to, but I'm putting one bonus for a friggin' Willow prediction that actually came true. When I made this video we're reacting to, there was no Willow in Dokkan, and now there is. So that's kind of crazy. Can we just admit that? Can we just have some fun with this for a second and admit that's kind of crazy?
Mid-December LR. It has typically just been a regular LR, but they decided to make it a Carnival LR. So whatever is in this slot is
This is the LR Super Saiyan Trio. Let's see if I get close to this. I did predict them earlier, so I'm putting a 1 out of 2 in this time slot no matter what. It's not gonna be bonus, but it is a 1 out of 2 no matter what.
This is the one time I'm gonna cheat just a little bit, okay? Because I'm gonna say either a Super Vegeta or a Super Trunks, because I don't think it has to be totally related. However, that would be kind of related to Tien, kind of. And so I'm saying both of them. I don't know if it'll be one or the other or combined, but I could see that. Super Trunks, not represented very well in this game. I mean, he has some okay cards after their Easy A, but not crazy. You know what I mean? And Super Vegeta, I'm so sad to say it, but he's kind of fallen off. And I feel like we could see an Easy A.
He has. I would love to get this guy an Easy A. Should happen this year, by the way. He's 3 years old this August.
Yet another Carnival Goku, or it could be some sort of Carnival Z Fighters type unit of some sort. But I feel like we could see something in that sort of style from the world's strongest. So yes. And then lastly, and I'm putting it on here twice because I want to see it happen. Freaking A, dude. Just give Gotenks an LR.
Yeah, I'm giving myself 2 points on this release. I basically nailed this. I said Goku, I said Vegeta, I said Trunks. That's that unit. I know it's a little bit of a workaround, but like straight up, I'm giving myself 2 out of 2. I predicted them earlier in 100% fashion, and they're here, and I pretty much came back and I stuck to my guns, and 2 out of 2 for this. Do I get the duel at the end? This we're looking for Super Saiyan 3 Goku or Hirudegan. Chances, I guess these are probably pretty slim.
And New Year's dual Dokkan Fest. Do they keep them LR since they made them LRs last year for superhero, or do they bring them back TURs they've been every year prior? We look back at 2020. Actually, I'll go back even one more year. A bonus for this one. In 2019,
bro, I just be spitting. Listen, guys, I like a little encyclopedia of Dokkan knowledge. I just love it. I eat this stuff up, man. These are my favorite videos I make, of videos like this. So.
In 2021, one of my absolute favorite releases was the transforming Super Saiyan 2 Goku into Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So first up, I think it's due an LR Bardock versus an LR Frieza, especially after having the Kakarot DLC. There's some new stuff they could probably pull from.
Wait a second. I don't know. I think I'm getting category points here.
An LR Mecha Frieza, because we don't really have any proper representation for Mecha Frieza in this game. I know we have the other LR with King Cold, but I don't know. I feel like that's another underutilized character, and they could still absolutely do stuff with him, as well as, of course, an LR Super Saiyan Trunks. I know we already have that one, but it's Trunks, dude. They can still do stuff with him. And then lastly, and I feel like this is maybe the most likely, especially coming off the hills of superhero stuff and potential more superhero stuff, and a Cell Max, is an LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and an LR Cell. Not really doing. They've done Janemba, they can do Cell Max. It's fine.
So category points here, I'm getting 1 out of 2 for each. I did not say Hirudegan, which, my God, that's such a difficult one to even think of. Them making him into an actual full-on unit. Glad they did it, because now my Cell Max agenda grows even stronger. And then with Goku, multiple of these characters, Bardock, Gohan, I'm basically just playing around Goku, but we've got multiple categories that he would fit on there too. So
we're gonna come back to this video at the end of the year, and we're gonna see how many of these I got correct, if any at all.
And that's exactly what we're doing. Let me find out my score. So obviously there's 44 points total available here. If you get all 44, you get 100%. In my case, without bonus, I got 29 points out of the 44, which would put me at a 66%. However, I got bonus points. We guessed some things that you would just are crazy to guess that would be coming out in the year. So we did give myself a few bonus points here, which would bring me up to 35 out of 44 points, which would put me at a 79.5. So if rounded up, I got an 80% AB on my predictions for Dokkan 2023. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you're still looking for some more Nano Dokkan goodness, you can click right here, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.